Shalom Israel, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, Thumb, Yahweh Shem Al-Athah, Bashim Al-Shah, preaching off to the 1,000 Malaki, holding the Sabbath service, preaching off to the 1,000 YAHANNA. You understand? This week we're starting off at Numbers chapter 29 and verse 3. You understand? If you got any questions, any comments, you can type them down in the chat. You understand me? If you want to follow along, we got the blue letter Bible. You can follow along in the Hebrew and inside of the English. If you don't have one of these Tanakhs at home, you understand me? You can follow along in the Hebrew on your phone. Like I said, if you got any questions, any comments, type them down in the chat. We're going to get to them throughout the service. You got something to bring all right, Buck?
All I got to say is that, remember, it's Sabbath day, Sabbath day, it's the day of rest. Honor it, honor the Most High. That's it.
So with that being said, like Majum just been up here.
You can do the Barak, push it right hand down. YAHANNA, to me, which means Israel. Water, sir.
Majum, need to stand. Sorry, come out the dumb. Trying to face east. Want to send up his prayers in the Hebrew.
Right. The Lord's prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayah.
Shabbat Shemayah.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak with Ka.
Malak with Ka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Berzaka.
Barzaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratida.
Baratida.
Tawar.
Tawar.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayah.
Bashemayah.
Lefilanawa.
Lefilanawa.
Wacham.
Lacham.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalak Lanawa. Chab Wawaf Nawa. Kasalak Nawa. Chab Wawaf Yanawa. Wala'ah. Abayai Nawa. Manasaya 1. Abo. Oshai Nawa. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wala'ala. Agapara. Lawalayim. Aman.
Amen. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Give us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever. So be it.
So be it. This is the hakak of the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Baba Kusho.
Baba Kusho.
The Felanawa.
The Felanawa.
Akak.
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 Lapa.
Lapa.
Kamakala.
Kamakala.
Kamadawa.
Kamadawa.
Akak.
Akak.
Atahar.
Atahar.
Amatazaraya.
Atazaraya.
Akak.
Akak.
Lahakmi.
Lahakmi.
Amathi.
Amathi.
Akak.
Akak.
Arakawa.
Arakawa.
Atamala.
Asamala.
Garshan.
Garshan.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Wadaman.
Wadaman. In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessed Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Barak Ladawa.
Barak Ladawa.
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
Baba Yasapari.
Baba Yasapari.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Wadaman.
Wadaman. English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
In the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. I.S.U.P.K power source of blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Wamayaka Allah.
Amayaka Allah.
Walahaya.
Walahaya.
Just beyond. Alawap Yahweh. Alawap. Hasarani. Hakodazayanyu. Hakayayanyu. Wahawapian. Yabashi Yahshua. Waraman.
In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh.
And Yahweh.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angel.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
Commanding General YAHANNA.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Name me Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha. Ayanya. Awahari. Ma'ayan. Yaba'a. Isaiah. Isaiah. Ma'an. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayam. Waratza. Ayathan. Amawat. Regalka. Ayanawan. Shemarka. Anna. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Ayishan. Shawamar. Yasharala. Yahweh. Shemarka. Yahweh. Tadalka. Ayah. Yaminka. Yawamam. Ashamash. La'a. Ikaka. Wayara. Walayila. Yahweh. Shemarka. Mkara. Shabar. After Pashka. Yahweh. Shabar. Tada'aka. Wa'aka. Ba'itat. Wa'aydabalam.
In English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not stumble.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. The Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim.
Alahayam,
Adam Yadaka.
Adam Yalaka,
Al-Takarash.
Zakarash,
Wafa Shakwa.
Shakwat,
Kayahada.
Yahana,
Oyabika.
Awiyabika,
Yahama Yawan.
Hamayawan,
Ra'ah.
Ra'aj,
Al-Aiman.
Imaka,
Yarayamna.
Yawayamwa,
Sawadah.
Sabada,
Wayatha.
Bayatha,
Your eyes of the world.
Yatazawar,
Eyes of the Wanyika.
Altazawar,
Amorawa.
Morawa,
Lakawa.
Kawa,
Unakakida.
Kakida,
Galia.
Galia,
Wala'a. Ezekor.
Ezekar,
Shabbi Yashuala.
Shemya Shala,
Iwuda.
Iwuda,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Your eyes of the world.
Ayatazawar,
Laba.
Labad,
Yakadwa.
Kadwa,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Barya.
Boya,
Yakarathwa.
Karakwa,
Alaya.
Alahayam,
Adawam.
Adawam,
Wayashma Alayam.
Yashmalayam,
Mawa'aba.
Mawaba,
Wangori.
Bagard,
Gabor.
Gabal,
Wamawan.
Bamawan,
Wamalak.
Bamala,
Alasha.
Palasha,
Abiyashad.
Abishad,
Adawo.
War,
Gabashawo.
Damashawa,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Aiman.
Aimam,
Ayawa.
Ayawa,
Zarawa.
Rawai,
Nabayalawat.
Bangalawat,
Salah.
Salah,
Ashalaham.
Shalaham,
Kamadian.
Kamadia,
Kasiyas Ra'ah.
Kasiya, Sarah,
Kayabia.
Kayabia,
Barakha.
Balakha,
Koyashwa.
Koyashwan,
Nashabadwa.
Nashabadwa,
Bayan Da'ira.
Ayanda Ira,
Hayawa.
Ayawa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Dat.
Dama,
Shayatamwa.
Shaitamwa,
Nadiyamawa.
Yamawa,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Kazaba.
Kazaba,
Kazaba.
Kazaba,
Kazabada.
Kazamanai,
Karasiyakamu.
Kaunasiyakamu,
Ashur.
Ashur,
Morwa.
Amarwa,
Irashad.
Shah,
Anawa.
Anawa,
Ah. Dawa.
Awa,
Alayan.
Ahaya,
Alayan.
Ahayam,
Shayatamwa.
Shaitamwa,
Gaga.
Galga,
Kakwash.
Kwash,
Kapayi Rabakha.
Panaraka,
Ka. Ba'ari Ira.
Ira,
Wakala Abba.
Kalaba,
Kalahat.
Alahat,
Harayan.
Ariam,
Khan.
Khan,
Tawadama.
Abadama,
Basarika.
Asarika,
Wabasa Wapaka.
Abasawa Pafka,
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam,
Mala'a.
Malaha,
Panyaham.
Kunyaham,
Kolawan.
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwash.
Kwashwa,
Chapka.
Ka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabashwa.
Bashwa,
Wayabahawa.
Waibahau,
Ayai. Wayakapora.
Kapar,
Wayabad.
Wayabad,
Wayada'i. Kayata. Shepka.
Shemka,
Yahawa.
Yahawa,
Yabadka.
Abad,
Ayuwan.
Ayawan,
Alkawarataza.
in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep out thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
For look,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
let us cut them off,
let's get them all.
from being a nation.
Be the nation.
That the name of
In
Israel
the name of Israel,
may be no more in
there
remembrance.
be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
They are tabernacle of Peter
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Agrees,
the Baal,
Gabal,
and Annie,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
but they have to Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Asher is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have opened the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah,
Do unto them
do unto them,
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sarah,
at the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
They their nose was like a
Like
ram,
there was like a ram,
like Ziad,
like Zia,
yeah.
yeah,
All their princes,
all their princes,
as Zabah,
as Zabah,
and as Almunah,
as Amunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to
let's
ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of God
house of God
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flames with the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
To persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storms.
Fear their faces with shame,
For their faces of shame,
they may seek thy name.
you may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be
let
confounded
them be confounded
and trouble forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let them
shame
put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone,
art the most
are
high,
the Most High,
all
for all the earth.
Sir,
Sorry. Yes.
the SHALAM is going to be seated. Hey, remember, man, the Lord say, be ye perfect.
Right.
You understand me? It's possible to be perfect, man.
Right.
Perfect, perfection of God is just keeping all these laws.
Right.
You understand me? And this truth give you that spirit. And in the world, you have spirit of, nobody's perfect. You're bound to make mistakes. It's going to happen. God don't care. But in the truth, you understand me? You already know that God cares about perfection.
Right.
You understand me? That's why Christ is so important.
Right.
You got to make your election sure.
Right.
That's just a common theme throughout your entire time. And the truth is making your election sure. And when you come into the truth, you know exactly what it is that you need to do
Right.
to make your election sure. It's not a mystery. You understand? You know exactly what it is that you need to work on
Right.
to make sure that when them chariots come back,
Right.
you're gonna get on them chariots.
Right.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
We bring it out so heavy because we want to stand boldly when Christ returns. We don't want to be faint-hearted, half-hearted, like wishy-washy.
Right.
When he comes back, because then it's like we're not making our election sure, like you said. So, like Officer Malcolm was saying, we know what we gotta do to get it done, no excuses.
Exactly. All right, we're starting off Numbers 29:4.
You take the first one, sir.
Bubble show.
Okay. This is the book of Numbers 29, verse 4 in the Hebrew. Y-I-S-H-A-R-1 Ha La Kabash Ha-I-Ka La Shabbat Ha Kabash Yom. Verse 5. Wa-Shayar I-The-Yom Akha Ha-Ta'ah La Kapar I.S.U.P.K. Verse 6. Ma Labah I-La Ha Chadash Wa Ma Nakba Wa I-La Ha Tamaya Wa Ma Nakba Wa Na Sakyaham Ka Ma Hatam La Rayak Na Yakak Asha La Yahweh. Verse 7. Waba I Shawar La Khadash Ha Shaba Yaaya Hazah Ma Kwa Ra'a Ra Yahaya La Kam Wa'ain Yatham Ah Na Pasha Yakam Ka Mala Aka La'a the I.S.U.P.K. Verse 8. Waha Kwa Ra Allah La Yahweh Rayak Na Yakak Har Bun Bakwar Ahad Ayal Ahad Kabashyam Banya Shana Shabaiha Baman Yamum Yahayawa Lakam. Verse 9. Wama Nakam Salah Bala Wala Bashaman Shalasha I.S.U.P.K Lapar Shanya I.S.U.P.K Wala Yaw Ha Akkad. And verse 10, I.S.U.P.K La Kabash Ha La Shabbat I Ha Kabash. Yeah. This is 7 in Hebrew, sir.
No sound Chris.
In English.
Yeah, well, for sure.
This is the book of Numbers, 29 and verse 4 in the English. And 1/10 deal for one lamb throughout the 7 lambs. Verse 5. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you. Verse 6. Beside the burnt offerings of the month and his meat offering and the daily burnt offering and his meat offering and their drink offerings according unto their manner for a sweet savor, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 7. And ye shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month an holy convocation, and ye shall afflict your souls. Ye shall not do any work therein. Verse 8. But ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Lord for a sweet savor, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish.
Right.
Verse 9. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals to a bullock, and 2/10 deals to 1 ram. Verse 10. A several 10th deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs.
Sound Christ. So in the beginning, it was talking about how the Lord wants us to make our offerings for the blowing of the trumpets.
Right.
You understand? And then it goes into the Day of Atonement. You understand? The Day of Atonement, of course, is where we fast and afflict our souls as a sin offering. Now, I don't want you to think of it like, we get a clean slate. So we get to sin all year.
Right.
And the Day of Atonement, now we can just restart fresh.
Right.
You don't want to be like the Muslims with Ramadan. Like they appear to be holy all month, and then they get right back to their sin once it's finished. You understand? This passage is a reminder of the strength that we have. Because if you can go a day without food and water, which your body actually needs to live, you can go a year without whatever it is that you think that you need, whatever demon that's battling you. You can, it give you the strength to, it reminds you of the strength that you have, and you'll be able to overcome these demons, overcome whatever it is that's making you feel like, your election is not sure, making you waver and think if them chairs come back, I don't know if they're going to take me or not, man. Understand? You should be sure about that. Sorry, everybody, you have something to bring up?
Yes, sir. Christ said in paraphrasing Christ's words that some don't come out by prayer and fasting.
Mm-hmm.
So some unclean spirits we do need to pray and fast for. So we need to the Day of Atonement shows us that we can afflict our souls, all able-bodied adults.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a child or you're a man of age, you are exempt. Or if you're a pregnant woman or a nursing woman, you are exempt. But all able-bodied adults must afflict their souls, no food or water from sundown to sundown. And it gives us strength. It shows us that We can do that, and then you that's the mandatory one. You could do it on your own time, any other time. Like Christ, he fasted from food for 40 days. 40 days he fasted from food. So it's like we can go. We have to. He was a man just like us. He had a father and a mother, father and mother, Joseph and Mary. So we can do it. We can be just like our king.
And so, like about you said something that's very important. You said that day it shows you that you're able to afflict your souls. A lot of times we just fall victim to these demons or our vices because of weakness. When you can be strong enough to resist something, and listen, the Bible said the truth shall set you free. Right. It ain't say it's gonna make you feel good. Right. Sometimes it's a battle to resist these demons. It's a battle to really afflict yourself and say, you know what, I'm not going to smoke weed. You know what, I'm not going to do this, that, and the third. It is affliction to you. Right. Just like how that weed is. It may feel good, but it's an affliction as well. Right. It's a study that came out recently. They said it's making correlation between men that smoke weed and what's it called when a woman is pregnant and the baby don't make it?
Yes, it's called
I forget the name of it. Miscarriage.
Miscarriage.
Yeah, they saying that it's a link between the father that smoke weed and miscarriages and the baby. You understand me? Like that stuff will afflict your soul. You understand? It don't matter if you sin or if you don't sin. Your soul is going to be afflicted either way.
Right.
This, like how Bob said, the Day of Atonement shows that you can afflict your soul for the Lord. You can go through that pain. You understand me? For the Most High, and you won't die. You understand me? Whatever it is that you fighting, that you facing, that you may feel like this is too much for me. I can't bear this. I can't deal with it. You understand me? That's just lack of faith.
Right.
Because you can afflict yourself. You can make whatever demon that's in you leave. And like how I said, you'll have to fast and pray. You understand? That fasting is for the person that has the demon. That person has to fast. You understand me? I can't just fast and be like, man, I want this demon out of this brother. You can pray and ask the Lord to help that brother. You understand me? But it's all up to this brother or this sister, you understand, your husband or your wife, to be able to fast themselves to cast that demon out. Because fasting shows you that you can go without whatever it is that you think you need so much.
Right.
You understand me? So like, all right, so we gonna get back into the Hebrew. Numbers 29 and 11. I can take the next 7. So like in Numbers 29 and 11. Sha'ayar, I.S.U.P.K, Achad, was that Achad Ta'af, Malabad, Achad Ta'af, Hakaparium, Wa'alaf, Hathamyad, Wama Nakatha, Wana Sakyam, verse 12, Waba Hamash, Ishar, Yawam, La Chadash, Hashab Yaaya, Ma Quara, Kodash, Yahaya, La Kum, Kal, Mala Akath, Ibada, La'a, the Aishwa, Wa Gatham, Chag, how you say that? Chag, La Yahweh, Shaba'ath, Yum, verse 13, Waha Quaratham, Allah, Asha, Rayak, Yakak, La Yahweh, Parayam, Banya, Makwar, Shalasha, Ashar, Ayalam, Shanyam, Kabashim, Banya, Shana, Araba'a, Ishar, Thamayamum, Yahayawa, verse 14, Wama Naktham, Salah, Bala Wala, Bashaman, Shalasha, I Sharanium, Lapar, Ha'achad, La Shalash, I-Shor, Parayum, Chanya, I-Sharanium, La Ayal, Ha'achad, La Shanya, Ha'ayalam, verse 15, Wa-I-Sharwan, I-Sharwan, La Kabash, Ha'ida, Ha'achad, La Rab, La'irab, I-Shor, Kabashim, verse 16, Washa Ayor, so what's it?
Is the young.
Azayum, Echad, Kata'ah, Malabad, Ailah, Hatham Mana Chatha, Wanasaka, 17. Wabayawam, Hashanya, Parayam, Banya, Akwar, Shanayam, Ishar, Ayalon, Shanyam, Kabashim, Banya, Shana, Ara Baai, Ishar, Bamayamum.
This is the book of Numbers 29 and verse 11 in the English. One kid of the goat's for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement and the continual burnt offering and the meat offering of it and their drink offering. Verse 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. Verse 13. And ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord, 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. They should be without blemish. Verse 14. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 deals unto every bullock of the 13 bullocks, 2/10 deals of each ram of the 2 rams. Verse 15. And a several tenth deal to each lamb of the 14 lambs. Verse 16. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. Verse 17. And on the second day ye shall offer 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot.
You understand me? So these 7, is that the church?
Yes, they outside.
No, they tripping. So look, Numbers 29 and 11, right? So we went from the Day of Atonement. Like I said, we went from the Day of Atonement where we fast as a nation, and then we go to the feast. Which one is it?
Tabernacle.
The Feast of Tabernacles, where we feast for 7 days straight, man.
Right.
And so we have a feast for 7 days. We all afflicted our souls. You understand me? And suffered together. And then we're gonna have a feast together. And it's like, man, when I was reading, I was thinking of the Passover. Like, it's such a beautiful vibe and atmosphere during the Passover because we all get to come together. You know, we all call off of work and we all make it down to whatever city it's in, and we just have that atmosphere. Imagine that atmosphere for 7 days straight. You understand me? It'd be beautiful. It'd be amazing. Right. No, now since we have slaves, you know, we have them in our own cities. You should come to the school every night to have a feast. But like how it said, you know, no servile work. That means that we can't go work. You know, a lot of times, you know, we feel like we can't call off for a feast day or something, or request off for the Sabbath. Like, it's like a bit of fear or something. Like, you kind of scared to ask your manager, you know, I can't work on the Sabbath, or I can't work on this particular day. because I got a feast. You understand me? It's it's in the same spirit like how when we feel kind of awkward to use our PTO. When our PTO was days that we've accumulated and that we can legally use to not go to work. Right. Even if you want to just have a PTO day to take care of some business, it still feel a bit awkward. Like you kind of feel like, oh man, I don't know if my manager gonna be mad at me if I take my days off or whatever the case is. Right. But it's like you can't have that spirit right. when it comes to serving the Most High. That's right. And saying that's our pleasure, working, because we slaves. You know what I'm saying? And we need that money. Sometimes we can't afford to even call off for a week to go to the Passover. We can't afford to call off for a week for the Feast of Tabernacles. Can't even afford to call off for a day unless we got PTO. You understand? We need every single day, every single dollar, every single hour. We might want to leave a little bit early, but we need that money. You know, that's our pleasure. That's what gives us pleasure. That's what we can't do on a Sabbath. You understand? So like you had something to bring out about?
Yes. The feast of the Lord is extremely important because there's a time where the Lord designated, like he made some days high days and some days regular days, paraphrasing scriptures. Mm-hmm. And these are the days that he wants us to, because the feast days, the Lord is a man of war. The Passover, the destruction of our enemies, the first fruits, it shows our gratitude towards the Most High God, giving us an increase. Mm-hmm. The more blowing the trumpets, we got to remember, the trumpets. Blow the trumpet in Zion. Give warning. Keep our people warning from the Most High about the danger to come. Lift up thy voice at the trumpet. The Day of Atonement. That's what we gotta afflict our souls. So show the Most High God that we're gonna honor him and do what he tells us to do. I mean, of course, the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Booths. It shows our humility. And honor our forefathers went through going through the wilderness and they had to dwell in tents. So it matters. Our history matters. Our customs matters. Our traditions, our laws, our commandments matter. We gotta take it back in these last days of time.
Yeah. All our feast days is practical. Right. You see, it's something that you can apply to your life every day. The holidays in America is all about money. You understand me? All about just giving money to America. It don't got nothing to do with God. Right. So none of them have nothing to do with your history as Black and Hispanic. Right. You understand me? It's the complete opposite of what the Lord gave us to serve. Right. You understand me? Even in Islam, with they Ramadan, we just got done Ramadan in Philly. You see Muslims everywhere, but even they don't do their fast right. You understand me? They just trying to fast and get through the month, and they go back to doing their sin. They damn near make them more of a sinner because they've been trying to resist it for so long that once they finally get freedom and be comfortable to do it, they just do it. They just do more of them, right. And they just, it's like you can't wait to get back to your sin. Right. But and it's truth. When you had that fast, that fast is teaching you how to live your life when it's done. It's not just for that one day, for that period of time. It's teaching you how to live your life once it's finished. You understand me? All of our holidays or our feast days, our high holy days and this Bible is practical use for your life once it's finished. You understand me? It all makes sense. It's not anything about being vain and giving gifts to the kids or giving gifts to your wife or your mom or your dad. It's about you showing your thanks to the Most High and you honoring him by doing exactly what he told you to do. You understand? Right. And
sir.
I'll go ahead.
The feast days of the Most High are holy convocations, meaning the heathen can't come in. They're separate convocations. Mm-hmm. It's just for us. It's just for us to be a family amongst ourselves, to joy amongst ourselves. Basically.
So I'm cursing, man. You must trust in the Lord. You know, when it says no serve our work, you gotta trust in the Most High. Right. You gotta ask your manager. Right. You understand? And don't ask him like, well, I need off for this day, but it's fine if I can't. You know, now don't add that little bit on the end of it.
Right.
Just talk to him. I need off on this day for religious purposes. You understand me? That's it. And you leave the rest up to him.
Right.
If he like, nah, we really need you on this day, or we can't, you know, that sin is on him.
Right.
But one thing I've learned in counsel a while ago is that, you know, Esau knows how to be a slave master. You understand me? He's going to work with you in order for you to keep doing your job at that job. You know, he's going to work with you and try to, you know, help you out a little bit. It ain't gonna be a lot, but if you just ask him, he'll be able to do what he can do. You know what I mean? Some managers is just complete devils, and you're gonna have to work around it. Right. But don't be afraid to ask your manager for off on these days. Right. You understand me? If you can't afford it, trust in the Most High. Right. Just trust in the Most High. There's been so many times where I did not know how something was going to happen. I needed X, Y, and Z to happen. I'm like, I have no clue how this is going to happen. And, you know, lo and behold, you realize, man, this happened because of the Most High. Right. It ain't no way around it. Right. You know, ask the Lord to reveal himself to you. Right. You understand me? He's going to show you. Don't ever underestimate the prayer of a righteous person. Right. You righteous if you came into this truth and you leaving your old ways in the past and you're trying to be a better person. Right. You understand me? And you're fighting these demons. The Lord going to reward you on that journey, because it's a long journey. It's a long walk, man. You understand me? Christ been dead for I don't know how long. His followers was following him when he was alive, and the kingdom still ain't come. His followers is now still following him as he's dead, and the kingdom still not here. It's going to be a long walk. So you gotta continue to fight, and the Lord will help you out on that walk if you ask him. Understand? You have to know when you ask him. That's why we say, so be it at the end of the prayer, or thawada at the end of the prayer. Because like once you say it and you ask him, just consider it done. If you serving him, right. You keeping these laws. You understand? Just consider it done, and you ask him. So I got you want to bring something up?
That's a heavy point. Yes, the Most High is, paraphrasing the scripture, he is near to ones of a broken and contrite spirit, sir. Yep. That scripture, broken and contrite spirit. So if we want the Most High God to hear, he don't hear the prayer of the wicked, the abomination to the Most High God. So there's basic things we have to do. We have to be in the I.S.U.P.K. Gotta be keeping the laws and commandments. We gotta be in class. Gotta be following orders, doing all that. If we are doing those things, the Lord will reveal himself to you, and you will know that it's the Lord, because you will just know, because you will have asked, and it will just be just like that. Yeah. And remember that. Don't remember what he did for you, and keep that, and that'll help you. That'll help us build our work, our faith, and so forth in this truth.
Right. It's not like that song. I don't know if it's a song or not, but it's like, what have you done for me lately? You understand? You gotta remember what the Lord done for you a while ago, years ago. Right. You're gonna be in the truth for years. Right. You can't forget what he did that brought you in this truth, and what he showed you that brought you in this truth 9, 10, 12 years ago. Right. You understand me? So we can get back to the Hebrew.
Yes, sir.
What is it? 29 to 18?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Numbers, 29 and verse 18 in the Hebrew. Wama naktham wana sak yaham la paryam la yalam wala kabashyam bama the stop rum kama shapat. Verse 19. Verse 19. Wash ayar I the yum akad ha ta ma labad I la ha the ma yad wa ma nak ba wa na sak yahum. Verse 20. Wa ba yawam ha shala yashya haryam I shafya I shar Yalam Shanayam Kabashyam Banya Shana, I Rabbi, I-Shar, Thama Yamum. Verse 21. Wama Naktham, Wanasakyam, La Paryam, La Yalam, Wala Kabashyam, Bama Sapram, Kama Shapat. Verse 22. Waya Washa Ayar Cha Ta'ak I-Kai Malabad I-La Ha-Thamayad Wamanakta Wanasaka. Verse 23. Waba Yawam Ha-Rab Ya'aya Haryam I-Shara I-Yalam Shanyam Habashyam. I'm good with this, sir.
You got it.
Kawakam. Banya Shana I-Rabbi I-Shar Thama Yamum. Verse 24. Manaktam Wana Saka Yahum La Para Yum La Yalam Wala Bashyam Bama Saparam Kama Shapat. And that was 7. I'm going to read it in English. This is the book of Numbers, 29, verse 18. And their meat offering and their drink offering for bullocks, for the rams, and for the lamb shall be according to their number after the manner. Verse 19. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering thereof, and their drink offering. Verse 20. And on the 3rd day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. Verse 21. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. Verse 22. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering and his drink offering. Verse 23. And on the 4th day, 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. Verse 24. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner.
Real quick, Bob, could you grab me that Psalms 51 and 17?
Yes, sir.
Understand? Now we're going through all these feast days, and we're showing you how, the Lord required a sacrifice. I mean, a burnt sacrifice. Aside from the sacrifice that we ate, we would just burn a whole entire animal and not save anything from it. Of course, now we don't sacrifice these animals no more, because our sacrifice is from within. It's from what we can sacrifice from our own personal lives. Like how I.S.U.P.K just brought out, we're going to get the precept.
This is the book of Psalms, the 51 and verse 17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O God, thou wilt not despise.
It said the sacrifices of God is a broken spirit. You understand me? We have to sacrifice our vices now. The things that helped us get through this hell, we have to sacrifice it and trust in the Most High.
Right.
When they say broken, it means for you to be humble. Right. And that's extremely important in today's age with access to the internet. Right. We have access to endless amounts of knowledge, but we also have access to endless amounts of lies too.
Right.
You understand me? And all these lies and all this knowledge that we read online and on the internet, it puffs us up. You understand me? It makes us proud. And a lot of times it makes us proud against the Most High. Right. That's why the Lord said a broken, so I can read it from the top.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit.
It's a broken spirit. You understand me? All this information and knowledge that we consuming daily, it makes us puffed up. It makes us proud. And that's what America wants from us. America wants to make us, like God. That's why we had these birthdays. That's why he want to try to push this idea of free will, that we'll be able to know everything, like how the serpent beguiled Eve, knowing good and bad. America wants to make us like a god and make us proud. That's why it takes a lot to come to the truth. It's it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Because a rich man, he lived his whole life, or a good majority of his life, being catered to. Right. People looking up to him as if he is God already. Right. You got famous people from when they was children, right. Like Lil Bow Wow. He been famous since he was a child. Right. He's still going on tour today. You understand me? Imagine how hard it would be for him to be humble and have somebody that's probably younger than him telling him what to do. Clean up them chairs. Right. You understand? Salaki, brother, we need you to put these chairs up in the corner over here, and when you're done, report back to me and let me know that it's finished. That was a staple. I remember, brother would tell me, hey, put the chairs over here, and then report back to me once you're finished. So you got another task for me. Right. As a person that's famous and rich, that's something that's hard to do. Right. You know how many celebrities been inside the I.S.U.P.K, but they left? How many famous people been inside the I.S.U.P.K, but they left? I think the most famous I know, me personally, not that I know, but I know of, was, I think, Method Man. You understand? He was in the truth for a little bit. He was in the school for a little bit, but he left because this was just too much being humble. A person that's rich cannot be humble. That's why the Bible said you have to have a broken spirit. All that pride you had in the world, that you knew this, that, and the third, you had a personal relationship with God, that got to be broken. Understanding you have to be sorrowful. Right. That's the sacrifices of the Most High. Read that next part.
A broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou will not despise.
Contrite means to be remorseful of the sins that we have committed. Right. And in America, sin is readily available to you. Right. You understand me? It is like it's at your doorstep. Right. It's at your fingertip. It's coming out the walls. Is in all of the TV shows and the movies. You understand? You're going to always find some type of propaganda pushing sin. Right. You understand? I remember Cap Mashak a few nights ago. He was bringing out how the Lord said, "Don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Don't eat the certain type of seafood." And now we have a seafood broil, whatever it's called, where they just put a bunch of it into a trash bag, like what's the thing called that the pigs eat?
A trough.
A trough. That's what a seafood broil is. They just put all the food in the trash bag and bring it out to you and serve it and say it's a delicacy. You understand? The sin comes out this wall. It comes out your walls. It comes out your radio. It's at your children's school. You understand? You have to be remorseful of the sins that you've committed. Because America, listen, one thing for sure, America is the perfect environment for whatever thorn is in your flesh. America has created the perfect environment since when you was a child. That demon attached to you, and that bond just got stronger as you got older. In this environment that America have, it continue to feed that demon, continue to feed that thorn in your flesh. But our sacrifices is giving up whatever vice that helped us get through our childhood. These demons be attaching to us at an early age when we are children, and them demons help us cope with this hell. You understand me? It helps us cope with this hell from when we are a child to when we are 25, 30, 35, 40, 60 years old. That's why it's so hard for a person to cast a demon out of you. You understand me? Because that demon is helping you get through this hell. It's helping you survive in such a hostile environment. You got to remember, the Lord called us sheep. I remember a few Passovers ago watching General Haas and his sons go inside the farm and grab up the sheep. The sheep don't have no type of defense, don't have no type of attack. They were just running when they seen him coming. They was running, but once he grabbed them, they were just like, all right, well, I guess we're being grabbed. Once he hung them upside down, they're like, well, I guess we're being hung upside down. It wasn't no buck, no fight, no nothing. Once he slit the throat, it wasn't really like, oh man, this hurt, this painful, and start bucking. You know what I mean? He was just like, well, I guess this is it. That's how sheep act. That's how sheep behave. And that's us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You see me? We don't have no attack, no defense against it. The only thing that we have in this society is our vices, the demons that helped us survive here, that made it just a little bit worthwhile. You understand? You had a long day of work, you come home and smoke some weed. You understand me? You having a hard time at home with your woman, you go out to the strip club or find some random hoe. You know what I'm saying? Just to make you feel good for a moment. Then once that moment is up, you wish you could just vanish and disappear and get back to your home. You understand me? It's like that is the those are the things that we have to sacrifice. You know, and sometimes it's so much more deeper than we can even perceive. The things that we hold on to that is not of the Most High, that's not of the Holy Spirit, or core beliefs. You know, it's rooted so deeply into us that we can't even see it a lot of times. That's why, of course, you got to seek counsel. You got to submit to the men above you, and we have to give up whatever thorn is in our flesh that helped us survive in this hell for so long. You got to give it up. That's the sacrifices of the Most High. It's no longer a bull or a ram or a lamb. It's the things that helped us live here in America among these devils. We've been living in hell among the devil for hundreds of years.
Right.
Any sin that we have, it is reasonable. You understand me? It's 110% reasonable for you to try to soothe and feed your carnality. But once you come into this truth, you realize that your spirit is way more important than any fleshly desire that you have.
Right.
And you feed that by sacrificing all those vices. Just say the sacrifices of the Lord is what? Read it from the top again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. Oh God, that will not despise.
I will not despise. Listen, like I was said, America is the perfect breeding ground for sin, man. I remember my rib was telling me how, you know, doctors and nurses, they be doing all type of drugs just to work them long shifts. You understand me? They be doing all type of illegal substances. I remember how War and Shabar was saying how, you know, truck drivers, they doing all type of cocaine and pills just to drive 11 hours a day, work 14 hours a day. You understand me? You at home with your kids and your bills and the stress from your family or your friends, and you at home smoking weed. You understand? Like I said, America is made for us to sin.
Right.
It's made for us to find our outlet through sin. That's it. You got to be strong enough to give it up. Strong enough to give up all of the philosophies that society push on us. You understand? Like, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. You got to give that philosophy up and stay with what you got and work with it. You understand me? Of course, it's going to be easy to just break up, find somebody else. Of course, it's easy to just smoke some weed. Right. You understand me? But you got to give that up for the Most High.
Right.
Like, we can get back to the Hebrew.
Yes, sir.
Numbers 29 and 25, I believe.
Yes, sir.
I'll take the next 7.
Yes, sir.
Numbers chapter 29, verse 25. Oh yeah, so imagine when up there stand. Some of y'all even teach registry.
How would a bunny out strap?
Thumb y'all, bunny shala.
Now watching me out strap. Go.
How about
What? All right. There could be so like you be seated. Yeah, 29 and 25, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Salakia. Numbers. Said 9, sir.
No, 29
20.
and 25.
Oh. Come. Book of Numbers, chapter 29, verse 5.
No, 29 and
25. Salakia.
20, 25, yep.
In the Hebrew. Washai Yor, Isayum, Akkad, Kata, Ta'a, it's like a Ka, Ta'ath, Mala, Bad, Ilath, Hatha, Mayad, Mana, Katha, Wana, Sabah, it's like a Wana Saka, Sa, verse 26. Waba Yawum, Ka Yashaya, Parayum, the Sha'ai, Ayalum, Shanyum, Kaba, Shium, Banya, Shana, Arab, Aishar, Thama, Yum, Thama, Yamum, verse 27. Wama Naka Thum, Wa Nasaka Yahum, La Parayum, La Yalam, Wala Kabashim, Bama Sapararum, Kamash Pat. 20, verse 28. Washai Yor, Kata Ath, Akkad, Malabad, Ilath, Mayad, Wamana Kata, Wana Sa, verse 29. Waba Yawum, Hashashia, Parayum, Shemana, Ayalum, Shunyum, Kabashyum, Banya, Shana, Ara, Ba'ai, Aishar, Thamayam, Yamam, verse 30. Wama Nakathum, Wa Nasa Payahum, La Parium, La Yalum, Wala Ka Bashyum, Bama Parum, Kama Shapat, verse 31. Washayor, Kata Ath, Akkad, Malabad, Ilath, Hatha, Mayad, Manakath, Tha, Wanasa, Kasa, Pa. What's not right? I could take it from the English one. Numbers 29, verse 25 in English. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. Verse 26. And on the 5th day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without spot, and their meat offering and their drink offerings, and the slide. And for the lambs and shall wait, no, 27. And their meat offering and their drink offerings for bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering and his drink offering. And on the 6th day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish. Verse 30. And their meat offerings, and their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering.
We had 32, right?
Yes, sir.
Come.
And if I may, sir, that will we adhere to the process and procedure of what's going down, what we must during that period of time, what had to happen during those feasts, process and procedure for the Levites, for the priests, just to clarify.
I thought about we can get in the Hebrew 32,
Yes.
29, 32.
Yes, sir. You want me to do it, sir?
Yeah, we can go this way.
Okay. Yes, sir. This is the book of Numbers, 29 and verse 32 in the Hebrew. Wa Yawam ha Shaba Ya'aya Arya Shaba Iha a Yalam Shanyam Bashim Banya Shana Arabiha Ashar Sama Yamam, verse 23. Ma nakba wa na sakham la harya la yalam wa la kabashyam bama sabram ma shap verse 24. Wa sha'ayar kata'a akad ma labad ayla ha mayad ma nakta wa na zakat, verse 35. Ba yawan ha shama Yanya I Tazayra the Haya la Kam Ka Ma la Aka I Buddha la I.S.U.P.K, verse 36. Waha wa Ra Allah I.S.H.A Raya na Yakha la Yahweh Ha Ayah, Ahad, Kapa, Kabashu, Banya, Shana, Shaba, I, Lama, Yamam. 7. Mana, Manakam, Wa, Na, Takyam, Lapar, La, Yaw, Wa, La, Kabashu, Bama, Sa Wam Kamash Pak, verse 38. Washa Ayar Ha Ta'ah Akad Mala Bar Allah Ha Ta ma yad wa ma nakba wa na taka. That's in the 7 in the Hebrew, sir.
Mhm.
Can you take it from here? Verse 22.
Come. Book of Numbers, chapter 29, verse 32 in the English. And on the seventh day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, shall be according to their number after the manner. Verse 34, and 1 goat for a sin offering beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering and his drink offering. Verse 35, and on the 8th day ye shall have a solemn assembly, ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 36, but ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord, 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Verse 37. Their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the manner. Verse 38. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering and his drink offering.
Well, we can get right back into the Hebrew. We ain't got much time,
Yes, sir.
but everything we reading about is the sacrifices that the Lord wanted us to make for the Feast of Tabernacles.
Right.
I'm saying it's a long feast. It's a week-long feast.
Right.
So the different sacrifices, we got different procedures for it.
Right.
And you can just read through it and understand it.
Right.
We gotta wrap the class up pretty soon. We can get back into the Hebrew though.
Okay. We got 2 more sessions, sir. That's it.
I think we can make it. Numbers 29 and 39. I'll take the next 7. Numbers chapter 29, verse 39. Allah ta'ai la Yahweh bama wa yakum la labad mana dar yakum wana da bath yakum la yakum wala ma nachaf yakum wala nasak yakum wala shal ma yakum. Verse 40. Wayamor Masha al Banya Yashrala Kakal Ashur Tazawa Yahweh Ath Masha. Numbers chapter 30, verse 1. Wayadabar Masha al Ra'ashia Ha Ma Sawa La Banya Yashrala La Mor Zah Ha Debar Ashur Tazawa Yahweh. Verse 2. Ayash Kaya Yadar Nadar La Yahweh Awa Ha Shabai Shabaa La Ashur Al Napashwa La'a Yachal Dabarwa Kakal Ha Yataza Ma Pa Yawa Ya Aisha. Verse 3. Wa Asha Kaya Dadar Nadar La Yahweh Wa Sarah Asor Babayath Abaya Bana Arya. Verse 4. Wa Shamai Abaya A Nadara Wa Sarah Ashar Sarah Al Napasha Waha Haryash La Abaya Wa Kwamowa Kal Nabaria Wa Kal Asor Ashar Asara Al ha like na pasha ya quorum, verse 5. Wa ha na ya abaya atha bayawam shama'al kau na daria wa Saria Ashar Sarah Al Na Pasha La'a Yaquam Wa Yahweh Ya Salak La Kaya Anaya Abaya Atha. Like that was Numbers 29, 39. I'll take the English.
Okay, go.
These things ye shall do unto the Lord in your set feast, beside your vows and your free will offerings, your burnt offerings and your meat offerings, and for your drink offerings and your peace offerings. And Moses told the children of Israel according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. Numbers chapter 30, verse 1. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceedeth out of his mouth. Verse 3. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, and bond herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow, and her bond wherewith she hath bound her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she hath bound her soul shall stand. Verse 5. But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth not any of her vows, so like not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she had bound her soul, bound her soul shall stand, and the Lord shall forgive her because her father disallowed her. So in this chapter, Numbers chapter 30, you're talking about the vows that a man and a woman would make. And it's saying that if a man make a vow to the Lord, he have to do what he said he was going to do. He can't just go back on it because it's inconvenient or because he's scared. Same thing for a sister. Now, let's say if she is still in her father's house, then now that vow has to go through the Most High. Go through her father first.
Right.
If she make a vow like how Hannah, she made a vow, but she was older. I think in 1 Samuel's the first chapter, when she couldn't have any kids, she asked the Lord. She said, if you give me a son, I'll vow that he would never shave his head. That's one of the Nazarite vows.
Right.
Understand me? It say if a woman or a vow can be like you fasting from something, like you abstaining from alcohol, or you abstaining from being ritually unclean. Like you can't go around no dead bodies ever in your life. If a man make these vows, then he has to keep them no matter what. You understand? You don't want to be known as a person that break your oath. Now, for a sister, if she is in her father's house and she's still young, that vow has to go through her father first. If she say, I want to abstain from alcohol, then that has to go through her father. You understand me? That's why I'm saying if her father shall disallow her, then the Lord will forgive her, because the father didn't allow it to happen. That's why it's so important for a child to have, especially a daughter, to have a father in her life, for the entirety of her life, because the father will know what the daughter is capable of and what is too much for her. And he'll be able to be like, listen, this is too much.
Right.
You should wait to do this type of vow or this type of fast. And then when she gets older and she has a husband, the father gives the daughter to that husband so that the husband can continue the provision that the father had for that daughter. You know, he can provide that guidance.
Right.
You understand me? The husband can provide the guidance and the safety like how the father did. It's like everybody, you wanted to bring something out about it?
Yes, sir. If I may, sir, you bring out what is so heavy. Vowing is very, especially it's very serious. So much so that Christ said in the New Testament that in Matthew, the 5th chapter, the 34th verse, but I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, verse 35, nor by earth, for it is the footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Verse 36, neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. Verse 37, but let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. That's how serious Christ is telling us these vows are. And we shouldn't be just going willy-nilly, because you're going to be held accountable for that vow. So just keep it simple, as Christ said it. Let your yea be yea, let your nay be nay. Because otherwise, you're going on a more serious level. Like the only vow, like when we come into the truth and we get anointed, that's a vow as well. You can't be an oath breaker. We get our Hebrew name, the truth, and we get our trooper, and then when we get our 4th point again, we come off the patch. That's also a vow. We don't want to break that, and that's a hope. That so that those are the ones we gotta keep. They're serious. The Lord is serious about the things that we say we want to do. That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's like certain vows will last the rest of your life. It'll last years. And just because you may have forgot it, don't mean that the Lord will forget it.
Right.
He will always remember it. If you break it, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Right.
So that's like how I.S.U.P.K is saying. It is a serious matter. You understand? You can't just be trying to make a vow just because you feel like it. Because once you don't feel like it, you're gonna have to continue to do it.
Right.
It ain't about motivation, it's about being disciplined.
That's right.
You can't just feel like, yeah, I want to be an officer in the school, because you feel so motivated once you get called up and they giving that speech about you, and then you can deny it. Like, you know what? I don't think I'm ready for it. I don't think I'm ready to make this commitment. If you feeling motivated, you're gonna take it. But then when that motivation wear off, you know, when that desire to continue with your vow wear off, you're gonna have to continue to be disciplined enough to keep it. You know, vowing that you won't touch alcohol for your entire life, that's a vow that your parents make for you. Vowing that you would never cut your hair ever in your entire life, that's a vow that your parents would make for you, and you have to keep it. You understand me? These are some serious vows before the Most High. Is nothing to play with. So we can get back in Hebrew. I think it's the last 7.
Sure.
30 and 6.
Numbers chapter 30, verse 6. In Hebrew, wa'am hayawa sa'a taha ya la'a yash wa na dabar wa na dara ya Ilaya awa maba ta'a shapa thea ashor asara asara al napasha, verse 7, washa mai ayasha baya bayawam shemai wa hakara yash la laha wa kwa mawa nadarayak wa asara ashor asara al napash your pa or your qua mawa, verse 8. Wa'am ma yawam shamai Ayasha, Yana Ya'a, Awatha, Waha Para, Ath, Nadara, Ashur, Al Ya, Wa'ath, Ma Bata'a, Shapa Thaya, Ashur, Asara, Al Napash, Wa Yahweh, Yasalak, Laha. Verse 9. Wana Debar, Allah Mana, Wagara, Washa, Kal, Ashur, Asara, Al Napasha, Yakawam, Al Aliyah. Verse 10. Wa'amar, Bayath, Ayasha, Badar, Ra, Awa, Asara, Asar, Al, Napash, Bashabai. Verse 11. Washamai, Ayasha, Wa Karash, La'a, Ahana, Ya'a, Atha, Wakwamar, Wakwa Mawa, Kal, Nada, Raya, Wakal, Asar, Ashur, Asara, Al, Napasha, Yakwawam. Verse 12. Wa'am, Par, Yapar, Athum, Ayasha, Bayawam, Shamaiwa, Kal, Mawa, Taza'a, Shapathya, La Nadaraya, was Walai Sar, Napasha, La'a, Yakwawam, Ayasha, Hapayum, Wa Yahweh, Yasalak, Laha.
So that's verse 13.
Come on, I think that's what he said.
Let me take the English one. Might be right.
Come on. Cal, Nador, Wakal, Shabai, Asor, La'ainath, Wapash, Napash, Ayah, Yakwaya, Manawa, Wa'ayasha, Yaparanawa. All right. Numbers 30, verse 7. And then, okay, go.
Like Numbers 30, verse 7. And her husband heard it and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, and her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect. And the Lord shall forgive her. But every vow of a widow and of her that is divorced, wherewith they have bound their souls, shall stand against her. And if she vowed in her husband's house, or bound her soul by a bond with an oath, and her husband heard it and held his peace at her and disallowed it not, then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand. But if her husband hath utterly made them void on the day he hath heard them, then whatsoever proceedeth out of her mouth concerning her vows or concerning the bonds of her soul shall not stand. Her husband hath made them void, and the Lord shall forgive her. Verse 13. So I'm on Christ. Verse 13. Every vow and every binding oath to afflict the soul of her husband may establish it, or husband shall make it void. Now, this is continuing to speak about the vows.
Right.
Of course, if you a man and you make a vow, you got to stand by it.
Right.
You can't just stop it because it's uncomfortable or it's inconvenient. You got to stand by it no matter what. Now, for a woman, that changes. You understand? If you're a woman in your father's house, your father got to approve it. If you're a woman in your husband's house, your husband has to approve it. If you're a woman and you have a husband that is deceased, or you're no longer with him, whatever he approved or disapproved before, he left your life, it still stands. That's what it's speaking about in these 7 verses. So and this apply like Hannah, when she said, Lord, if you would give me a son, I will vow that he would never cut his hair ever. You understand me? And that would be a sacrifice for the Most High. If a husband heard it and like, nah, you know what? I don't want my son to do that. Like me personally, I got my hair cut because I had like a dandruff problem. I went to the dandruff doctor. I forget the name of it. What's the name of the hair doctor?
Start with a P, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I forget.
The people that dermatologists, I think that deal with skin conditions and all that. I went to them and they said you gotta wash your hair 3 times a week. I'm like, it's hard to do that when I got brazen and I'm on the road, so I had to cut my hair. I'm like, all right, I like this, and I want my sons to cut their hair too. If I hear my wife saying I'm a vow that my sons will never cut their hair, I can be like, listen, we ain't doing it. You understand me? Like, go ahead.
It says, a specialist who focuses on dandruff, hair loss, and scalp health is called a trichologist.
Trichologist.
While a dermatologist is a medical doctor for skin and hair. A trichologist specifically treats hair and scalp conditions that like persistent flaking, oiliness, and pain.
Yeah, I think I've seen both of them, a trichologist and a dermatologist. It was like a skin condition. I forget what they call it, but they gave me some special shampoo. I had to wash my hair 3 times a week, and it's perfect, and it's fine. But like I said, if your wife make a vow that you hear and you just might not agree with, or you might think it's too much for her, then you can disallow it. But if you hear and you're like, all right, no, that's solid, that's cool, you can allow it. And this goes into a practical sense too. Anything that a wife wants to vow or promise that she'll do, she should run it by her husband first.
Right.
You understand me? Because of course Eve is just susceptible to any type of beguiling.
Right.
You can be beguiled by a lot of things. You understand me? It's cool. Like she'll bring something to you. I've seen this on TikTok, or I've seen this on Instagram, or I've seen this on YouTube, or my friends told me this, or I heard X, Y, and Z. You can just listen to it like, all right, you know what? That sounds solid. Go ahead, do it. I'm cool with that. Or you can hear it. You can be like, listen, nah, we ain't gonna do that. You're fine without it. You understand me? And that's a good principle to learn from making these vows. Like even if there are a serious vow between the Most High and your wife or your children or yourself, it's an extremely serious vow. And you should think before you actually make that vow. As a man, as a woman, you should run it by your husband first. And even if it's a vow that's not as serious, that's not as dire, you should still run it by your husband. And as a man, you should still consider what you said you was going to do or what you said you wasn't going to do. You should still consider it and keep these same principles. You understand? So like you had something to bring out, Ibad or
Yes, sir. Concerning the vows, we bring out heavy discipline and motivation. It reminds me of when in Revelation, when John said about the angel in the little book, when he ate the little book, it was sweet in his mouth.
Yeah.
But then it became bitter in his stomach. Right. That's like the hard work. Like when you first get the truth, it's like, oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Yeah, I'm Yahshua. where God shows the people. But then you gotta camp every day. You gotta come to class. You gotta do the work. You gotta follow orders. You gotta stay in it. You just can't leave when things get tough and rough. And it reminds me of that parable of the sower. We gotta be in the parable of the sower where we gotta be that good seed. We can't be the one that falls on the wayside, the one that goes in the stony ground, or the one that goes by the thorn. But that good produces good fruit in the season. That's basically it.
Well, yeah, like that parable, you gotta evade a lot of different grounds. You gotta evade the thorns. You gotta evade the bad soil. You gotta evade the fowls that come and swoop it up and land in some good soil. Even when you land in a good soil, you're not going to get a 1 day turnaround.
Right.
You're going to have to wait for that seed to take root and to sprout and to grow into a strong tree and then produce that fruit that you're waiting on. It takes years. It ain't just like, all right, well, I landed in some good soil. Now we good to go. It's going to take years of you being persistent. And I remember my rib talked to me about a podcast, and the name of it was a great name. It was Do It Scared. That was the name of the podcast. Do it while you're scared. Do it while you're nervous. Do it while you're unsure. Just continue to do it. And if you know that this is from the Most High and that you are in good soil and that you got the counsel, you got the guidance, continue with it. It don't matter if you get scared, if it's inconvenient, just continue to work at it. Understand me? Listen to the counsel, follow the counsel, and the Most High going to be with you. You know, He bring the increase. Yeah. But the Most High is going to be with you. That's all I got about it. Yeah, that was pretty much. All right, so we going to stop here at Numbers chapter 30, verse 13. For everybody viewing, so we're going to pick up next week, Numbers chapter 30, verse 14. With that being said, like Majin, coming up here.
Yahshua, which means Israel.
We still gotta do it.
The Israel line up to salute the Torah. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabrak Yah.
Like Majin, which means to stand, Sar, upon rock with dumb, turn face east. Some of these prayers in the Hebrew and the English.
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Abanaw.
Bashman.
Bashaman.
Yah.
Badak.
Yah.
I.S.U.P.K.
Shemka. Yahweh. Malakaka. Azak. Ayah. Ashak. Awatza. Ayah. Bashman. Thulana. Kham. Ka. Yawam. Aslakna. Kalwakna. Aslakna.
In English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread. Give us our debts, we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the power, thine is the power. Thine is the kingdom. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
This is our cop of the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh should be outside.
Yahweh Bashim Yahusha.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kishar.
Thunder.
The Thumbanaw.
Ka.
Aka.
Ka.
Aka.
Wapa.
Wapa.
Kamakula.
Amakwa.
Kamadua.
Kamawa.
Ka.
Aka.
Zahar.
That's a hard.
The right.
Amataraya.
Ka.
Aka.
Haku.
Hakmi.
Ma.
Amafi.
Ka.
Aka.
Abakuwa.
Arakawa.
Malu.
Tamalo.
Gorshan.
Dorshan.
Bashim Yahusha.
Bashim Yahusha.
Wanama.
Wadaman. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
The name of Yahusha.
In the name of Yahusha.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of
All manner of
sickness.
sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean
Power
spirits.
against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahusha.
In the name of Yahusha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessed Israelite in the Hebrew. Yahweh should be outside.
Yahweh Bashim Yahusha.
Barakanawa.
Wayashua.
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 Should be outside.
Bashim Yahusha.
Wadaman.
Wadaman. In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahusha.
In the name of Yahusha.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahusha.
In the name of Yahusha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
This I.S.U.P.K power should be blessed in the Hebrew. Rakata Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wayahawashah.
Wayahawashah.
Wamayakala.
Wamayakala.
Wa'alahai.
Wa'alahai.
Zabiyah.
Tazabiyah.
Yawakwan.
Alawapian.
Alawak.
Alawapian.
Surrender.
Asurani.
Kodizayami.
Batayani.
Kayayami.
Akayani.
Hakatiyah.
Akawapian.
Yahweh should be outside.
Bashim Yahusha.
Wadaman.
Wadaman. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahusha.
Yahusha.
And Mike.
And Mike.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Command and General Yohanan.
Command
The officers, the troopers,
Troopers.
and the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahusha.
In the name of Yahusha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
Maya.
Maya.
Ba'a.
Ba'a.
Sorry.
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 Ah.
Aye.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Maya.
Samayo.
Awak.
Barakasa.
Ayatah.
Agathon.
Samawat.
Samawat.
Gao.
Gauka.
Ayanuwa.
Ayanuwa. Samarka.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Gao.
Gauka.
Ayuwan.
Ayawan.
Shamarka.
Samarka.
Na.
Ana.
La'a.
La'a.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
La'a.
Wala'a.
Ashan.
Ayashun.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Ashwala.
Ashwala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Samarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zaka.
Zaka.
Aliyah.
Aliyah.
Emika.
Emika.
Umam.
Umam.
Ashma.
Ashmat.
Ah.
Ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Aywa.
Barak.
Lagila.
Lagila.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Kara.
Kara. Ashmar.
Apapashka.
Apapashka. Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shashmar.
Ah.
Tasaka.
Ah.
Wabaraka.
Mata.
Mata. Wadabun. I will lift up mine eyes into the hill.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help comes from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He would not suffer thy foot to be moved.
Do not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel.
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor
The
sleep.
Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right
The Lord
hand.
is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee
The Lord shall preserve thee.
The Lord shall preserve thee
From all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out.
Lord shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming
and thy
in.
coming in.
This time forth.
This time forth.
Even forevermore.
Even forevermore.
In Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayah.
Abahayah.
Adamayaraka.
Adamelaka.
Harak.
Akaparak.
Apasquat.
Apasquat. Ah.
Kayana.
Kayana.
Oyad.
Abagabaka.
Hamayawan.
Amayawan.
Ah.
Ah.
Yawayam.
Ayawayam.
Soda.
Sawadah.
Ayatah.
Bagata.
Axel.
Yai Tazawa.
Axel.
Altas Bamonika. Amor.
Kawa.
Akawa.
Rakaki.
Murakaki.
God.
Boy.
Ah.
Bala.
Zakor.
As a car.
Shamya.
Shamya.
Island.
I would.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Axel.
Yai Tazawa.
God.
Kaba.
Yakad.
Yakadwa.
Ayaka.
Ayaka.
Oya.
Waya.
Karat.
Yakarathwa.
Alaya.
Alhaya.
Alawam.
Adabum.
Wayashma alaya.
Wasmali.
Mawa'aba.
Mawab.
Wagor.
Agori.
The ball.
Gabal.
Mawa.
Wamawan.
Malak.
Wamalak.
Shak.
Alashat.
Shak.
Amishabi.
War.
Tazawar.
Mashawar.
Kamashawar.
Alawa.
Alawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Sarawwa.
Sabawa.
Wanyalawa.
Bangalawa.
Salat.
Salat.
Ashalaha.
Shalom.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Siyas. Ah.
Kasayata.
Kiyab.
Kayabi.
Rakar.
Baraka.
Yashma.
Pagashma.
Ashamad.
Ashamadwa.
Wayan the Iron.
Kaya Dara.
Ayawa.
Kaya.
Kaman.
Come on.
Dak.
Damu.
Thumb.
Shagatumwa.
Yamu.
Nandiyamuwa.
Ra.
Araba.
Abba.
Azahab.
Ba.
Azaba.
Amuna.
Katazamana.
Kamsiyakum.
Karasikum.
Sure.
Sure.
More.
Amorwa.
Shak.
Nagabshat.
Nawa.
Anawa.
Ah. Nawa.
Nawa.
Lion.
Alayim.
Lion.
Ya.
Thumb.
Saytumwa.
Rug.
Gabla.
Wash.
Quash.
When you walk up.
Muraka.
Ah.
Ah.
Iron.
Abi.
Kalaba,
Kalaba,
Waha,
Zaha,
Hawayana,
Arayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Rajab,
Tabadam,
Mr. Iris,
Masahara,
Wasawa, Pak,
Wapaka,
Bahalam,
Abalum,
Mala'a,
Abaha,
Panya,
Panyam,
Kulawan,
Kulawan,
Wayama, Bashwa,
Wapashwa,
Chapka,
Samka,
Yahawa,
Kahawa,
Ibashwa,
Abashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayabahawa,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Wayapapar,
Ayakwawa,
Wayapat,
Ayakwawa,
Wayadai,
Ayadai,
Kayata,
Kayata,
Chapka,
Shamka,
Yahawa, Labarka,
Baka,
Ayawan,
Ayawan,
Akar, Kaza,
Zaha.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep
Keep
not
not
thy
thy
silence,
silence,
O
O
Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
Below,
Below,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee,
They
have lifted up the head.
lift up the head.
They have taken crafty
They have
counsel
taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden
They have said, Come,
Come.
let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
Being a nation.
Being a nation.
Let the name of Israel.
The name of Israel.
May be no more remembered.
May be no more remembered.
For if they have consulted together,
They have consulted together
with one consent,
With one consent.
they are confederate against
They are
thee.
confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Israelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and Hagarim,
and Hagarim,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and
and
Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also was joined with them.
Asher also joined with them.
They had hope in the children of Lot.
They
They hope in the children of
Salah,
Lot.
Salah, who unto them,
Who unto them,
as unto the
as
Midianites,
to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
the brook of Kishon,
the brook of Kishon,
which perished that
Which
endured.
perished
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a
They
rat,
became like a rat.
like the air,
As yet,
yea,
yeah,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Sabbath,
as Sabbath,
as Almun,
as
Almun,
who said,
who said,
say to ourselves,
say to ourselves,
house of God,
house
House
of God,
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my power,
Oh my
power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like
a
a
wheel,
wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as something for the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
fire burnt the wood,
as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Persecute them
persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm,
with thy storm,
fill their faces with shame,
for the best of shame,
they seek thy name.
we see thy name.
Oh Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let it be confirmed.
and trouble forever.
It shall forever.
Yea,
Yeah,
let them be put to shame
let it be to shame.
and perish,
And perish.
that men may know
And we may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
name alone,
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
of the Most High,
of the Most High,
for the earth.
for the earth.
Like we gonna skip the curses for some things. Sorry. Shout out to the sisters.
I got to support first.
You are.
I'm on you.
All right, modern for the sisters. This is see it in Israel going to the brothers one courtesy salute. In Israel, Shabbat, Barak,
Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Shabbat,
Matai, hands down. Sorry, to the sisters. Sisters like Majin. When you get the sisters one courtesy salute. In Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imajin, Barak.
Yahweh, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shem, Yahweh, Shabbat.
Yahweh Matai, hands down. Class Smith.